Seth Ferranti here, your guide through the dark corners of the criminal underworld. As an outlaw filmmaker, author, and journalist, I've delved deep into the minds of gangsters, drug lords, and prison gangs. But my journey doesn't stop there. Let me take you on a thrilling ride as we explore the hidden stories and untold truths that lurk behind the prison walls.
You know, we've mentioned several times now how Supreme's involvement and influence in the rap game was monumental. Some of the most famous hip-hop lyricists and artists in the world, be it 50 Cent or Nas or others, have multiple verses about the real-life street legends, notorious gangsters, hustlers, and murderers like Supreme and the Supreme Team. Let's get into some of the songs that mention members of the Supreme Team.
The Supreme Team became Robin Hood-type figures, very central to the core of rap's lyrical lore. Their legend has impacted the beat, vibe, style, and rhythm of the music and culture. They transformed Queens into a nightlife mecca where drug lords reigned king and the burgeoning hip-hop generation took note, turning their 80s exploits into the bling-bling proliferation that came to define rap in the 90s. In Ghetto Quran, 50 Cent called Preem the businessman and said he was very well respected in the streets. Supreme is mentioned in numerous other rap songs by Ja Rule, Noriega, and others. Prince is mentioned in several rap songs, including Get Down by Nas in 2002, God's Son, and 50 Cent's Ghetto Quran, where he is described as the killer to Supreme's businessman.
The Supreme Team, it's a Jamaica Queens thing. You know, that's from Nas, you know. One Supreme was the businessman and Prince was a killer. You know, that's how the streets saw these dudes. So they kind of just put it all together and they put this out to the world.
Black Just, or Blackie as he was called on the team, used to hang out in Harlem a lot. He was down with Rich Porter and Alpo back in the day and used to go to all the trendy clubs of the era like the Rooftop, Latin Quarter, and the Tunnel. Blackie was a very smooth character and dresser who was known to change cars like other people change shoes. He was killed by Mobb Deep affiliate E-Money Bags in a 1999 shootout on the streets of Queens. Supreme drove him to the hospital, but it was too late. Black Just had bled to death. Black Just was very instrumental in the young 50 Cent's early drug-dealing career and ran a boxing club in the hood that 50 frequented. 50 Cent has mentioned Black Just numerous times in magazine interviews and rapped about him on 50 Bars of Pleasure, 50 Bars of Pain. The Supreme loyalist stayed true to his boss till the end, dying right next to him in the shootout with E-Money Bags, possibly even taking the bullet meant for Supreme.
So I'm sitting in my office and E-Money Bags walk past and he stops and come back and closed my door. And he came to me, he said, "Bem, that wasn't for Just." He said, "That wasn't for Just." I just looked at him, man, and I say, "E, that is Just. He's dead."
It took Supreme a couple of years, but he got revenge for Black Just by having a hit squad kill E-Money Bags dead president style in 2002. After the hit, Supreme allegedly told friends that Blackie could finally rest in peace.
You know, I was in FCI Gilmer with Supreme like 2004 to 2006 before he got taken back on that Murder Inc. charge. They had him on a little gun charge. You know, I used to walk around with this dude, man, and this dude was a legend. This dude was an icon. We used to walk, and dudes used to come up, and they wanted to rap to him and all types of stuff and spit bars at him, like we were on these 10-minute moves. And I would ask him, I was like, "Supreme, why do you talk to these dudes, man? These dudes are like crackheads. Like, these dudes are about nothing, basically." And he told me, he looked me straight in the eye, and he told me, "You know what, man? You can learn a lot from a dummy." Supreme was just that real quiet type of dude. He would listen. But when he spoke, you know, people listened, man. People paid attention because he didn't raise his voice very often. But, you know, when he did speak, dudes were all ears. That was just the respect that he commanded. You know, I can say honestly, you know, being able to write about him, being able to be around him, and being able to talk to him and communicate him, you know, it's always been an honor for me, you know, because this dude is like a legend.
Currently, Prince is serving 7 life sentences at USP Allenwood in Pennsylvania, and Supreme is serving life at USP Lee in Virginia. Their tale is one of turns, twists, and fate, but their influence and relevance has left a lasting impression. The drug game influenced the style and swagger of street culture, hip-hop, and gangsta rap, and made the Supreme Team icons in the annals of gangster lore.
As we wrap up this episode of Seth Ferranti's True Crime, it's no secret that Kenneth McGriff and the Supreme Team not only established the game, but took it to a whole nother level, leaving a lasting impression on both the streets of New York and the rap industry.